Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
And gentlemen, we might just have a chat full of ladies verb.
I was about to say, ladies, if you'd let me finish. God, you inconsiderate Australian. As I was saying, ladies, gentlemen, wolf, kid, whatever you are, it is time for the next match of the day. It will be...
Don't forget to cater to him. He's something separate entirely. We still haven't confirmed what species he is, but some effort will be put in the next 20 years, I'm sure, to be finding out what he is. But anyway.
Yes. Illusion versus Pappies. Let's get into this. Wukong ban immediately. Bluestone solo. Pretty much expected.
Well, yeah, but I think, particularly focusing out towards the Pappies mid lane, Giannis is just such a key ban at the moment, and I actually, as well, sorry, this other ban coming through, I really, really like Bologna. The trouble with this patch is there are so many things that are significantly game-influencing. The game's kind of in a state right now where, yes, everything is kind of balanced. There's a few little things that do need a tweak, and we'll be getting it. There's a small tweak patch coming very shortly, but the crucial factor is that there's a couple of things that are too game-changing. Sakat, one of them. Bologna, another. SWK, another one. Giannis, another one. Kempri. But what it leaves us is with a game state that's kind of everything influences the game in its own way and can provide an impact or no impact at all, depending upon the specific game state. And that means that our draft stage, we were just talking about how important it is, it becomes more important here.
Yeah, and we're going to see that illustrated. Bologna and Kepri getting banned out here, as well as Giannis. They may or may not have been watching that game we just showed. All of those counters doing extremely well. Saket, though, was left on the table. Illusion picks that up immediately. Pappies responds with the ROM and the get pickups. That's most likely going to be their duo lane, all locked in, done and dusted. What could they do next here? I mean, Illusion's got picks up next. Hell, that is true. The healing Odin is on the table.
Damn it, that's not an Odin. That's a Sylvanas.
Well, mind you, though, you pick Odin as a counter pick, though. To hell.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Pappies are actually in a really, really good seat right here. They can pick a Hell at this third pick slot and then immediately ban Odin, and they're really good. They're really well done. But, crucially, Illusion, I'd actually like to see them with the Hell on their side because they've got the Sakat, really strong counter. It's so risky, though, for Pappies to go Hell here. Still strong, but yeah...
Yeah, that is... Oh, hello, Nuwa. Well, looks like that one you wanted before the first match of the day is actually happening. Nuwa global damage gets pretty silly late game. For those of you that don't know, Nuwa has a global ultimate that hits everyone on the map, revealing them...
360 no-scope!
Yeah, the finest in skill shots for about 1,500 damage with the Elite 360 no-scopes. Going into the ban phase here, Freya being banned out here... And that makes sense. Illusion doesn't have any kind of hunter yet. They may have some sort of inside knowledge that's saying that one of the members of Illusion have a good Freya player. Personally, I don't know anything, so if anyone does have that knowledge, please do say. Rank to you.
I don't.
I'm
not 100% on that, up to date on that current stuff. But Thor's an interesting bet. I mean, they obviously don't have a jungler, and I'm assuming that their solo laner is missing. Sure, stick Nuwa in the solo lane. They are leaving themselves open from the side of Pappies to run a Hell at the last pick slot. They're basically saying, to Illusion, dare us. Don't pick the Hell. Go ahead. Don't pick the Hell. Go ahead. Do pick the Hell. We still have the option of running Odin. They've basically thrown the gauntlet down here to Illusion, and this is just all the psychological tactics that can go on in a drafting stage. Don't forget, we've mentioned how strong the picking can be, but it's also the thought process that can go into a drafting stage and the setup that it leads you to in-game. That has a psychological effect from the start of the game, and that in itself can never, ever be understated, and it's such a unique aspect to MOBAs as well because of the drafting stage and its presence.
Yes, and with that, we are going to be seeing the Wheelish pick from Pappies, and then responded with Fenrir Gibolonke, getting rid of the counter pick and the pick in response. For those that don't know, Fenrir, in theory, straight up counters Gibolonke because of the way that the Brutalize, there we go. Brutalize actually works. I almost said, there, that would have been heresy. You hit 3, not 1. To be able to pick up that kind of early offense with the Saket, the Fenris solo, he can rotate as well if need be to the mid lane to be able to contest mid camps. That's pretty intimidating for Pappies, but they are going to go for a bit at hello, double jungle. Is that a Emerald Acorn Ratatoska solo, anyone?
Well,
Maybe?
it's going to be Fenrir, and the Ratatoska actually just... It doesn't overly clear the wave, but what he does do is just sustain. He's so mobile that Fenrir can't really kill him. That's what this lane is about. Sustain, mobility for Ratatoska, staying away from the kill threat that a Fenrir brings.
So...
The problem as well, in the jungle, though, is that Ratatoska is countered by Fenrir, so the Puppies are kind of picked weakly in that, but this isn't jungle. This is the Emerald Acorn sustain laning Ratatoska. Still high assassination potential later on, and still has a huge amount of sustain, can deal with the Fenrir, can push really hard. It's a really, really lovely pick.
Yeah. Admittedly, that kind of... Oh, for those of you wondering why it counters, the actual brutalized chain will follow Ratatoska through dashes, so you can stick to him very easily, but at the same time, he's going to want to use the Unchained for his initiation, but he can't because he's in solo, so he's going to be using that to jump in on the wave instead. So, unless the Ratatoska gets a bit sloppy in his presence in lane, his positioning as well, he should be fine.
Yeah, and, again, it's normally that Ratatoska is countered by Fenrir in the jungle, because he's not obviously using the Acorn Blast, I think it is, to actually do his damage. Normally he's looking more at the dash, normally Flurry of Acorns, different sort of things, but it's the solo, so he's actually using the Flurry of Acorn, not the Flurry of Acorns, the Acorn Blast, to more clear the wave, and it offers him sustain. It's purely because of the Emerald, and the fact that Fenrir is forced to clear, right? Just in a lane, it's not as strong a matchup for Fenrir. It's actually really even. Like, this one can go both ways.
Yeah. But unless you've got anything else now, we should probably just cut to break it, because we've got the last of the 90-second anti-ghosting timer, and see how this lane actually goes. In theory, one solo will counter another, but in reality, it also comes down to the player's skills. Let's see how it goes. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for the next match of the day. This is going to be round of 16, I believe. And this is going to be Team Illusion versus Pappies. So, Rank, who's on the order side?
Who's on the order side? Well, let's start ourselves off with a trip down the duo lane. It is going to be Kirko on the Xbalanque as your hunter. Coming up as his support, it is going to be Zada on the Sylvanas. In the mid lane, Resu is going to be on your Agni. Samsa is going to be your jungle Surcat. And finally, rounding us out, it's going to be Kazpu in the solo.
Meanwhile, their opponents coming down from the north in the red trunks, defending the Titan of Chaos. We have Team Pappies, we have the Alex MC on Noir, Warchi on the solo lane, Ratatoska, David Arnaz in the duo lane with the Geb, teaming up with his partner, Perilla 12 on the Ral, and finally we have Galo on the red pot jungle, Awelish. So...
Yeah, so... Interesting 3 ward starts actually coming through.
I'm surprised we're seeing this many wards from Illusion, considering that Pappy's invasion potential isn't too great. Maybe they just want to be really secure in that they aren't going to get invaded, even though it isn't really to have a chance. I mean, what do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously just early wards, it's just lack of pressure everyone towards the Ratatoska. The ability that they have to kill him off very early on into this match is actually rather high. Especially until he gets the Acorn leveled up into, obviously, the Emerald one for some more sustain. Looking for the right side mid-camps, though.
And on the left side as well, fighting happening on multiple lanes in the map, and the mid-camps. David Arnaz gets away pretty quick in the duo, but meanwhile, over at the mid-camps, they get taken without too much of a scrap. Over back in the duo again, Zata is extremely low. David Arnaz looking for the shockwave, will not find it. Damage does scale off at range, so unfortunately he won't get the full brunt of that. And with that, things are kinda gonna just simmer down for now. Solo just doing their solo thing, although Warchi has a good bit of push going on here, Rank.
Yeah, Wachi's doing a really nice job here of making sure that Kazbu is constantly on the tower, can never really dive on towards him until he's got the gold to go back and pick up that little bit of extra sustain. Interesting as well, Bluestone Pendant obviously means that he's got a little bit more damage built into his kit, so it's a lot more risky for Kazbu to jump and continue to try to go aggressive as he is.
So, look, we do see that Bluestone again on Wachi. He is going to go for that extra damage. The question is, what nut is he going to go for? Oh, sorry, what acorn? Let me use the correct term. It's not just a nut, it's a glorious acorn of Yggdrasil. But yes, which one's he going to really go for? I would expect Emerald, but is there really any possibility for anything else? Could we see something crazy here?
I mean, the numbers have been nerfed on, I believe it was the Opal Acorn actually is about to get ganked at this point in time. Wachi spots it out, dashes away from the taunt coming through from Sun, so really good job there, making sure that he maintains safeness and pressure on his lane opponent in Kazpu. And this is why the early wards were so important. It's just, Kazpu, actually, sorry, is allowed to nullify any ganks that are coming through because he can be incredibly vulnerable to a Willish early on, and it put a little bit of pressure on Wachi. Wachi knew that those flanks were warded from him, so he had to put pressure on the wards the way he did so successfully. But, going back to the Acorn comment, I don't know, Emerald is just so strong. I've seen sticky bomb grenade builds of late though, but it's just, the damage, it just sort of tickles, it doesn't do too much, actually ultimate.
Yeah, that was an attempted gank from Pappies onto the duo lane with Team Illusion, but Coco and Zata, they didn't have any wards up, but they had enough game sense to tell, hey, why have all of a sudden Geb rolling out at me? You know, Weelish is probably in the jungle, and then that was confirmed when Alex MC coordinated with the use of the fire shards. Over at the solo lane here, rank, Ratataska's just gonna go up in the street, and might get Kazpu. No, he's gonna get away. Just...
Yeah, and this is where it comes back, chat. This is what you get for arguing me. Wachi proving me correct! I love it.
Is that your turn to bait, chat, now? Me first.
Yeah, it's my turn to bait, chat.
Comment, now you.
Yeah, but it's the point, right? It's just the difference between it in the jungle. In the jungle, basically Kazpu would be mirroring where Wachi is if they were both playing in the jungle. Just following him around, anytime he dashes, making sure he brutalizes on him to follow him, then Wachi's got no dashes. That's how it works, right? But in the solo lane, it's a totally different story.
Jungle gank over the mid here. Alex MC gets completely demolished for the first blood. Beautiful sequence of ultimates there with the stun coming out of the Agni off of the Noxious Gas. You've got the knockup as well, and then immediately applying the poison off of the Deathsbane. Sorry, not Deathsbane, excuse me, the... There's so many Venom names, I've completely forgot the name of Circuit's ultimate. Last Breath, there we go. Thank you.
Breath, yeah.
And what's up with the aneurysms today? But yes, the Last Breath is going to give... Apparently I've been poisoned. The Last Breath stun on top of that is going to secure Team Illusion to first blood.
Yeah, and Saket, a little bit of a snowball early on. It'll be interesting to see where she goes. Blinken on the left-hand side of things, looking for the Cataclysm, got it. Kirko's in trouble. Zada's here, though. Now comes through the Wisp, they managed to burst him out first, and Perilla's going to pick up that kill.
Ha! Okay. Eppies is not happy that happened. Very unhappy. And to be honest, considering the amount of ward coverage that is not on the map right now, that's pretty easy to happen. I mean, the game sense saved Zata and Kirko from that first gank, but not having any wards covering is just baiting a gank like that.
Well, it wasn't even a gank, it was just the fact that David Arne actually just blinks forward, puts the aggression down. David Arne's been playing support for so long and is just comfortable with this Pappies lineup. This is the support that they ended up finishing the split out with last time around, so they've got a lot of synergy with him. Perilla's obviously a brand new AD carry, but he trusts David Arne. They go in, they secure the kill, they get the heck out. Really good job from those guys. It's just the fact that Zada walked away for 2 seconds and has got no way to get back there quickly. That's the problem that you run into when you're running a Sylvanas.
Yeah, that kind of protection with the pull, it's very hard to get that kind of thing going. It looked like another gank, and oh, nice pull with the gravity surge. I was about to say failed gank, but looks like I've been proven wrong. Nice use of the ultimate to secure a kill there for Pappies.
Yeah, really good shockwave into the ultimate combo. That's just fantastic setup. Really good timing and a perfect combo. And that sets themselves up for the Gold Fury. If they do think about taking it, Zada's here. He might come in on the backside, though. Yeah,
looks like Rez is going to be forced to dash away. They don't have enough cooldown yet for Daylo to go for his second gravity surge. That's going to be another minute until then. Nice pull there by Zada. Down comes the... Never mind, I was about to say good bit of chip, but that's going to get shielded away. Over in the solo lane, though, Kazpoo and Warchi having a bit of argy-bargy animal-on-animal action here, and with that Emerald Acorn, looks like you were correct, Rank. He's just going to be forced to back off here, although...
There's nothing Kazpoo can do at this point. There's nothing he can do. He can no longer win this lane. That's the problem when you pick Fenrir into the solo lane, is you're looking for early aggressions. He's now got to focus on towards rotating around.
Oh no, he didn't have wards. He's going to look for the Ragnarok protection. Down comes the fire shots. A single auto attack will finish this. Nice Unchained! He's going to avoid the Feather Step. That was a nice recovery, and down comes the Reditasker. Unfortunately, he won't hit. Fenrir is so damn nippy, but Warchi's equally as nippy. He's under tower. He's got to be careful. In comes the Second rotation with the blink. In comes the last breath. Got the incorrect that time, and the true damage is going to go through his veins, stopping the Ball Rat's heart. And with that, their attention turns to Geb.
Yeah, doing a lot of damage straight up to this Geb, and he's in trouble. Cataclysm hits on towards 2, but it's not quite the 3rd, and Sam's just doing some nice damage. This is a secure off. David Unne, another kill coming through them, and Kazpoo immediately just rotates over to the mid lane and starts clearing that out. Realizes that there is an opening here on the map. Him to get some golden XP, takes it quite nicely.
And with that, that's going to be a decent trade. Oh, never mind, mid lane, nice gravity surge once again. Dalo is on point with these gravity surges. God damn.
Dalo is such a good player. He is so good. Keep your eyes on him from the puppies. He's such a good player. This guy deserves an FCL spot at some point. Have a look to the left-hand side again, and Koko is just getting forced out of this lane. Zada's rotated around. He's going to look for the snare into the grab. Doesn't quite land the grab and into the snare combo. So unfortunately, no successful gank for those guys. But Perilla is winning this lane. There's no sustain from Koko compared to the Devourer's Gauntlets on the side of Perilla. So it means that Perilla, obviously, low on mana, and his cooldowns are quite high in mana cost. So he runs out of mana quite highly, but he's able to continue fighting after that.
Yeah. So, at least for now, things are kinda... Oh, never mind. Looks like fighting is going to continue again as Kazpoo now picks up Warchi. Warchi got a little bit too big for his britches, trying to dive tower, unfortunately was not able to make it. Pappies were considering Gold Fury, maybe, by the positioning of Gebs lingering around, but no, they were just going to ward it and then wander off. Looking at the itemization here, Rank, we're seeing that Zata does have the Traveler's Shoes. David Arnold's does have the Traveler's Shoes as well. They're both pretty much going with identical builds, with one catch. Zata has gone with beads instead of blink. Do you think that's going to hurt in any kind of engage at all?
Yeah, it's significantly going to hurt the engage. The rotation ability from David Arne is on point. That's why you're seeing the Sylvanas go into the Traveler's Shoes, but the Traveler's Shoes coming through from David Arne rolls out into a lane, slaps them with the Shockwave, gets some gold from that, rolls back to another lane, slaps them with the Shockwave, gets some gold from that. Also helps his ability to get around the map nice and quickly because he really wants to be an impact for his team. It also helps him stick to the rotations with Dalo. That's why you're seeing those two come out. The difference in that blink versus the beads is that Zada's worried about getting caught out because I believe they got him or got very close to killing him off very early in the piece. And now he's forced to go down the beads route. He's just like, it's a little bit risky if they ever knock me up and grab me. I'm my team's initiation. I need to be there to get those point rather terrors down. If I'm dead, we've got no sustain. We're a lot worse off. And that's just safety coming through from him.
Yeah. So, our resident Giant and bring up the graphs, aka AM target. I'm going to keep using that joke because I know it, because it annoys him. Shut up to AM target. Bring up the graphs, please. We can see that XP and gold is relatively close. Team Illusion's winning in XP pretty much by a small margin. Gold is being won by Pappies to a pretty small margin. Game is fairly close, all things considered, at around 10 minutes. No massive tower pressure except for the solo, where Warchi's been doing a pretty damn good job. So, at this point, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's not even a huge difference between the teams. It's a couple hundred gold, it's an active slot, it's a couple wards down, it's that sort of thing. But look at David Arne, again looking for this gank over on towards the left-hand side of things. Zada's here, it's going to back up his 80 carry, won't let him die once again. But this time, Resu's heading towards the solo lane.
Yeah, he's going to look for potential fog stun, but he's sat right on top of a ward. Warchi can see him, he's not going to get ganked unless he decides to commit ritual suicide, which I doubt he's going to do. So the only thing they could really hope for is Kazpoo going Ragnarok and just wrenching him out of the tower, but he's got tier 2 beads online, so that's not going to happen. And now Gankaten possibly on the left side here, Rank.
Ooh, a lot of damage starting to come down. Kirko was the initiate focus. Fire shots to come out. They get the damage down onto Dalo. Dalo's in a huge amount of trouble. Dalo's dead. Kirko gets his first stack of the game, and now they can turn it back around. They're looking for Perilla. Not quite able to do it. Health bars are really low, but now with the Agony on the side, they've got to disengage.
Oh, no. Rezo tried to get the kill, but can get it just in time. Devin Amad's very low. Kirko is going to pick up the kill there on Perilla. David gets away with a smidge of health. And Team Illusion making good use of that time they gained by sending Pappies back to base, mostly, and going to go for a Gold Fury attempt, but Warchi and Alex may have something to say.
Yeah, Warchi's going to look for the engage. He got the Emerald beads down. Sorry, not Emerald bead, Emerald things down, and then Pappies are actually going to secure off the Gold Fury. They stole it away. Got to pay for it with Alex MC's life. Warchi still looking to get the heck out of here, I think. Did he use the ultimate? Yeah, he did just use the ultimate to get the heck out of there. So really, really nice job from them. Warchi gets in there, steals away the Gold Fury. Pappies walk away with it.
And with that, that's going to be a pretty damn good trade. They lost only one person, but they gained that Gold Fury. Team Illusion are starting to get into their stride now. They're getting the various people who need levels. They're getting them levels. Kazplu's level 14, Samsa's level 12, Kirko's level 13. They're doing well in their respective lanes. They're pretty much out-leveling all their counterparts. So, at least for now... Actually, wait, no, actually, I take that back. Gold Fury was actually stolen, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was stolen away by the puppy.
Ooh, never mind then. They're still in the lead, even with a Gold Fury steal. Nice play.
Yeah, so that's really nice job there to come through from Team Illusion, getting that as much gold that's coming through. But 5 kills the difference. It's kind of what you expect. Actually going to leap in from the side of Kazpu. Warchi just going to trade it back. They're just boxing back and forth. They're doing just solo laner things, you know. But it'll be interesting to see where Zada makes his impact on towards the map. He's focusing a lot towards the left-hand side of the map, just making sure that Kirko doesn't die at this point in the game. Still doesn't have the blink online, but he does have a sovereignty, and I feel like the defenses for both himself and the team are more important, and I really like this itemization.
Yeah. At this point, I wouldn't say things are winding down, because things are happening in the solo lane here. Kazbu getting dived on by Dalo. And he could turn it around here with a rotation by Samsa. Nice use of the Cobra's Kiss, gets beats away, but the Deathbane is going to find home. Pappies really can't be diving someone as evasive as Fenrir around the tower. It's never going to go well. I mean, what can you do? He just jumps constantly.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a little bit too set up to go, a little bit too aggressive coming through from the side of Dalo, and that's something that he can fall through a couple of times. Really nice bait, though. That's the important part from Kazbu. Says, hey, come dive me under here under this tower. Samsa, nice rotation, round the corner, they got his back.
Do you think that maybe Kazbu was trying to bait out the Gravity Surge, then try and get away? Because we didn't see a Gravity Surge come out in that engagement.
I mean, there wasn't really all that much of a setup for it, though, so long as he misses, I think, is it a 2 on the Wheelish? I don't play all that much a Wheelish, actually. Remember the Moonlight Charge, is it? Yeah, it's the Moonlight Charge, which is the 3 that grants the knock-up from Dalo, so he must have missed that one. As soon as you miss it, you can't get the Gravity Surge off, and the bonus damage from that, the bonus attack speed, the bonus physical power from casting it, you miss out on so much.
You can just cast it naked without that knock-up. It's a good stim. But ideally, you want to get that knock-up and stun on top of that to guarantee at least 2 hits, and to guarantee, more importantly, the initiative passive, which gives her the 25% bonus damage.
Yeah, but have a look in the mid lane right now. This is actually Taylor that's going to get focused out, ganked, and everything dumped on him once again. He is just the focus of Illusion. Look at the deaths now coming through from Dalo at 2-4-0. Suddenly went from this big early game threat, and now he's come down quite a few.
Yeah, that is going to be a good way of shutting down Agni, is doing things like Paul's roots, because it forces him to blow the dash when he really doesn't want to.
Have a look left-hand side, though. Actually, last breath going to come through on a Purella. He's got the ulti, but he's ticking away. Will he fall down? There's an ultimate from... No, he's got the shield. That's crucial coming through, and they're forced to run away. Kirko got incredibly low. Now they're raining fire. They're really looking for Purella. He's going to get out, though, on the backside. All of a sudden, Puppies... Well, they're in a better place than their opponents.
Yeah. they are going to be able to skirt away without too many losses. Oh, Gold Fury is going to be coming up at around almost a minute, 45 seconds or so. I imagine, considering the scaling that happens with the Gold Fury as you get later and later into the game, do Team Illusion try and grab it immediately, to not necessarily to give themselves more gold, but to stop Happy from getting that comeback potential? Or do you think they're going to concentrate on maybe getting some land grabbing with a couple of towers?
I think the Gold Fury at this point in time, it depends. If they can find a really nice gank or some grouping up, I really don't want to see Illusion let the Gold Fury go away for free to the puppies. That's just not a good idea. Restu's going to find a two-man stun, blink in. They're looking for all they can on towards Dalo. He's in trouble again. Gets the dash forward. He's solo. Surely he's going to fall here, surely. And does. To Samsa's poison in the middle lane, though, underneath the tower. The last auto attack comes through from Zana. He secures it off. Gorilla's on the left-hand side. They're going to look for a re-engage, but it's only David Arne. It's only Perilla, and Perilla gets caught. He's grabbed up. Surely they're going to drop him.
Yep. Multiple AoEs being deployed there by Team Illusion. There's the Wisps, is going to give extra protection. Samsa picking up the kill that were on Perilla. And now, with the minions in tow to get rid of the backdoor protections, Demolition Crew mode has taken over. This is going to be the first tower of the game.
Yeah, well, Gold Fury's going to come up on the back of this one as well. Take a look at the left-hand side. Kirko never even rotated, gets himself a tower as well, and they get the Gold Fury. So a big swing if we take a look at the graphs at this period in time. 8k, 9k, just ticking over 9k. That's before the Gold Fury, and 3.5k on the XP. Look at the kill on the right-hand side. Casboo's sitting pretty. Finally gets a kill on that little rat, but 3.5k on the gold, 10k now, actually 5k on the gold, 10k on the experience. That's a significant lead.
You want to know what sucks about that kill over in solo, what that shows? In theory, Warchi could rotate over using the Yggdrasil, you'd be able to go over the tree, but unfortunately, because his tower is getting pushed pretty heavily, at the same time he wants to get the enemy tower in his lane, he's like, do I stay? Do I go? I could rotate, but that may take too long. I may not be able to help, but I could stay and get a guaranteed tower, but then take a little fury. It's a balancing act that you have to make in lane, which we can sit here and talk about all day, like what was right, what was wrong, chat can do what chat does and speculate. But in the end, when you're down in the trenches, that kind of split-second decision is what makes or breaks potentially games, or not even games, but just makes or breaks a phase of the game.
And look when it was all snowballed as well. Restu stepped a few feet forward, all of a sudden slaps some abilities on the enemy team, gets a two-man stun, the rest of the team piles up, 2 towers, and the Gold Fury. All of a sudden, Team Illusion didn't just take a huge jump in gold, they're taking a huge swing in XP. Look at that cliff edge on the graph. Look at that cliff edge. Normally, something that I take a lot of time to point out quite regularly in the Challenger Cup last split was Iden, was the fact that there's normally what I like to see, these little steps to victory. Every time you get a small objective, it leads up and up and up towards a victory. But it was 3 things taken all at once, means that their pressure was ready and the map was prepared by them to take all these things at once, and it just needed that small spark to ignite the fire.
Yeah. And now mid-camps are going to be coming up and immediately grabbed by Team Illusion, going to be able to extend that cliff up even more, and it's slowly evening out as Pappies have returned to lane are starting to farm.
Look left-hand side, Perilla's in trouble, Kirko's over here, drops the ultimate, he's just going to kill him off, Samsa's here for an assist, nope, Samsa's here to snipe that one away from his AD carry.
Rip. Hang on, I just noticed something. No Deathbringer coming out on Circuit going with the Malice. I believe Deathbringer was nerfed.
Yes, it was.
Malice is going to be more of a pick type, but another fight going on here. Dalo is very low. There's a nice stun off the Brutalize. The Cataclysm is going to stop that, allowing him to get away. Down comes the Fire Shards, doing a good bit of damage spread over the team. Raditax is coming over. Yggdrasil dunks down for a good bit of damage.
Casboo is going to be the first one to fall. Now he's going to look at Samsa as well. What else can they pick up here? The Fogs starting to tick forward. Not going to be anything. It's going to be the disengage. 1 kill picked up back in favor of the Puppies. And they only lost poor Perilla way over on the left-hand side, well before any of that. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, all things considered. But hey, something back in the Puppies' favor. And back to this itemization of the Malice. Yes, Deathbringer was nerfed. If you get that 1 crit, it's actually a lot better for Malice than if you had the Deathbringer online.
Yeah. Imagine, honestly, Deathbringer is going to be built at some point, I would imagine, on Samsa's build. we may possibly see triple crit build, although ideally some penetration could be built as well. So Circuit players have a bit more choice now, and also considering that Blink has been nerfed as well, Blink Circuit, it's still nice to have, but there has been some discussion in the hi-rez design team that maybe some shenanigans might be happening with that, like, the second active slot. If you remember correctly, they were mentioning potentially having to buy the second active slot. So Circuit Jungle is going to have a shake-up in the near future, I imagine. I mean, what do you think, Rank?
I think it's just a delay to when you get something. If you have to buy the second item slot, I think it's just a delay. That's all I really think. Why not give access to buying the same active in 2 slots and the slot, but the second time you buy it, it's a lot more expensive. You've got to put a lot of value then on towards that one. That might be an interesting thing, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird buying a second active slot. Yeah, it's just a flat gold delay on it. That's all it is. I mean, that's just posturing, though.
Yes. Hang on. Hello. Fire Giant attempt that doesn't have any kind of kill on the enemy team. This is risky for Team Illusion. Packies are going up into them with multiple ultimates. Down they go. Warchi, though, is not going to engage. Shibalonke ultimates to slow them down. Team Illusion are going to look to try and take out the Ranatas before he can escape. There's the gift shield. Last breath of life. Cannot heal off the Emerald Acorn. Damage being spread all over both teams here. And the true damage plus the Malice crit is going to enable Samson to pick up Warchi there. Looks like that Malice is really starting to come into play there for that Deathbane.
Well, I think the important part here as well is that the health bars are actually low enough from the side of Team Illusion that Pappies can still think to find a fight. They just need to look for the pickup on towards the right targets. They need to get Perilla in the right spot, but it's gonna be all over right now. Alex MC, he's taking a lot of damage, and Dalo starts to jump in towards the backline, trying to do what he can. Kazpoo is gonna be the focus from him, but he's so tanky. Dalo's gotta run. Why are you focusing out Kazpoo, son? You're gonna pay for it, because that's really bad for your health bar.
Yeah, that is going to be one dead. Wheelish Suku's probably not too happy being sent to the pound for a few seconds. Now, meanwhile, Samza and Perilla are having a bit of argy-bargy over near the mid-caps, but the rest of Team Illusion are rotating over. He's going to have to try and get out somehow, although I doubt he's going to be able to. Yeah, he just burnt the roll and couldn't draw all. That's an extremely dead Hindu god.
Yeah, but it's the fact that there were too many members between him and the rest of his squad. That was the real bad part about that. I don't know why he was really sitting there from the side of Perilla. Yeah, you got the tower, cool. Get with your team. Don't ultimate from a place where you're just so easily able to be cut off. That was just some really, really bad decision-making from him. It's just kind of like saying, oh yeah, I'm going to run straight in through the enemy backline. Dalo was sitting on for a large portion of that.
Solo.
He was sitting on attacking Kazpoo. Oh god.
Ooh, the Geb Shield! Beautiful Geb Shield by David Amaz. For those of you that didn't see that there, Warchi was in a bit of a 2-in-1 engage there between fighting Kirko and Kazpoo at the same time. He got put down to basically the magic pixel of life, and almost died while channeling the ultimate, but then the rollout plus the Geb Shield saved him from dying. So nice Geb play there, and let's actually talk about the sports for a second here, Rank. Look at the itemization, there's stark differences. We see a little bit more of an offensive style coming out of, ironically, the more defensive support here, Geb. He's going for the Mail of Renewal, he has the Weakening Curse and the Blink, and acknowledging that he has crit reduction already, because he has that Geb passive, which reduces the bonus down to 25% off of crits instead of the standard 50, I believe, or 100, I can't remember what the exact number is. But
especially with Deathbringer increase as well.
Yeah. Team Illusion, on the other hand, going with the Lotus Crown. I assume that might have been some sort of shenanigans with the anti-crit helmet, but it looks like they just want the extra protections off of the heal instead.
Well, Lotus Crown's just a good item, like, especially for somebody that can heal multiple people. Looking now over, it's going to be the focus of Warchi. He's last breath, he's dead. There's nothing he can do about that. Samsa is going to be the first one to pick up that kill, and now they can return back towards the Fire Giant. Interestingly as well, Lotus Crown helps you out by doing the Fire Giant. You drop the Wisps, and it procs those heals, and it procs those heals for such an extended period of time as well.
Yeah, this is what they need. Second attempt, they take someone out. Don't do the Fire Giant naked unless you can guarantee something. There's the Fire Giant pickup, and now they can look to try and pick off some members of Papi. Although, looks like most of Papi are being smart. They're backing up, and resigning themselves to the fact that we've probably lost this tier 2 tower at this point, and they're going to group up and try and defend Phoenix.
Have to group on the Phoenixes, and Warchi, they've got to wait for him. He's still another 10 seconds away. This Phoenix could fall away a heck of a lot faster than that. Zada's looking for the initiate, and now he's just going to take the tower for his teammate. Cataclysm went down from David Arnay. He was in combat, so he couldn't blink. Caspu is going to be the focus out, but David Arnay's taking so much more damage and will be confirmed up. Zada to take that kill. Now what else can they grab? Caspu, he's looking at Perilla. Did grab him up. Perilla's in trouble. Samson's going to go on towards him. He's got the ultimate. He might get out of this one alive. Warchi's doing a lot of damage. Resu's in trouble. Perilla gets him. But then they turn back around from the side of Illusion and do pick up another couple of kills. But now they exit to the base. They might get plucked off. Samson's dead. Zada's the only one left. And this was against the flow of the Fire Giant. The DS side, 3 alive for the Pappies. And what a great turnaround fight.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition to make a comeback. Also, nice job there. I thought you were gonna, run out of breath halfway through. Nice job there. So, I like the fact that they actually managed to battle through that. They're gonna be able to take a tower in response. Using the time that Team Illusion is down, they're gonna get the second one at least. Team Illusion now have really got to be thinking, how the bloody hell did that just happen?
They focused on towards the Geb so hard. They burned so much looking at Geb, and then they turned around and got Alex, but Alex had already cycled all his cooldowns off. His damage was down. It was in the fight. They killed him off a little bit too late. That was the major problem. And Pappy's Warchi came up. Warchi just did an absolute metric high amount of damage. There was another word I was going to say with that, and I thought better of it, but...
There you go.
Yeah.
You avoid the fine. That was so. Thank you, Kaz. Thank you, production. But yes, that amount of high damage being deployed onto a tank is not the greatest thing in the world to happen. So with that, unfortunate turnaround for Team Illusion, Pappy is going to be able to essentially reset momentum. And one thing we never actually talk about too much is morale. You don't feel that. You can't see that. It can't be quantifiably defined. But think about it. If you're down there playing as Team Illusion right now, what do you think the players are thinking? Yes, they were just on a high. They just grabbed Fire Giant, and then they immediately just get battered. So, what does it feel like for them? Also for Pappy, they've just done a massive comeback. They're going to be riding high on that euphoria. They can hopefully try and take that and convert it into something meaningful, like a push or even another Fire Giant fight, because that is going to be the next big objective, because at this point, Gold Fury is kinda irrelevant.
It's still important, though, because, like, look at Zada. He needs a little bit more XP to cap out in his level. David Arnay is actually not all that far behind. But crucially, Cataclysm hit no one. Cataclysm hit absolutely no one. The real problem there was that Team Illusion was so split on who they were focusing down. They weren't... some of them were focusing the Phoenix, some of them were picking on towards the tank, and some of them were picking on... It was just such a split fight. They've got to go, right, we need to isolate and kill off Alex MC. Right, we need to isolate and kill off Perilla. Right, we need to isolate and kill off Warchi, because Warchi was such a big part of that fight.
The cheeky snipe from Perilla there onto Zata basically wouldn't do anything, but just to stop him from backing. I love it when you see that stuff occasionally, There's not going to be a fight for a while, just pop off a couple shots for giggles.
It was the vision on towards the fight, the Gold Fury as well. The crucial factor about that fight as well is that the Fire Giant was killed off everyone against the run of the Fire Giant. They played it perfectly from the side of the Puppies as well. They stopped the engage until the exact moment the Warchi respawned. And then he was able to ult in after everything was already burned. They've got to play with the death cooldown timers. They're going to know where everyone is a little bit better from Team Illusion, because there was chaos towards the back end of that, because Ratatoska suddenly just dives in and they're like, whoa, where did he come from?
Yeah. And speaking of Ratatoska, let's just take a glance down at his build. He's going for a lot of physical protections against a team where, if we pull up the player damage numbers, please, Resident M targets, most of the damage is coming from magical right now.
He hates you.
I love you, Mama Target. But yeah, most of the enemy team's damage, apart from the obvious Nuar ultimate spiking damage, is mostly coming from a little bit of magical, mostly physical. So in theory, it's a good choice, but on the other hand, he's not going to be a threat in team fights.
Warchi's gotten a long way forward here as well. He's very much on Resu's face. Fire Giant's actually going to get started up at this point, but Perilla gets a little bit picked out. Casper was diving deep looking for him. Warchi's got the ultimate. Kirko was getting a little bit focused down. Great ultimate from Alex MC as well. Just dots everyone up. Just says, right, you guys are going to take a bit of damage, but Warchi burns the ultimate and doesn't find any...
Yeah, and with that, Fire Giant is now going to be considered by Team Illusion, although they're just going to bait instead. They're going to look for the fight. Last breath is applied onto Warchi. Warchi get in the front of this. Get ultimate. Dalo picks up the first kill of the match onto Samson, but Zana gets the revenge kill there onto the Ram. Casper picks up Alex MC. The tank and the AD carrier duking it out. Kirko against David on near. Dalo's trying to get away, but no. Looks like Duck Divanus has a special concoction just for you, and it's called Death.
David Arnay was nowhere near helping Perilla get out of that one, so then he turns around and he's like, well, Alex MC's got no damage left as well. Teleport back in. Warchi's back into this fight. They're going to look for it. Kirko's incredibly low. If he gets anywhere near him, he's dead.
Team Illusion right now, in theory, have complete control over the Fire Giant as long as they can get rid of Arnay, because Arnay could try and go for Troy. Oh, the Mystical Veil kill! Oh dear, what is this, solo lane? Mystical Veils for days.
No, that was David Arnay. I think it was the Fire Giant slapped him in the face. Warchi gets stunned out. Azada kills him off. Gets the confirmed kill on that one. Kazbu's dragging him back in, but they're taking constant damage from the Fire Giant. That's the huge trouble. David Arnay, he's got a shield. He can sustain through this a little bit, but not any longer. They finally managed to kill him off. And with the fact that Kirko isn't all that far... Well, I mean, Kirko's actually a long way away, mind you. Samsa's back up. But it's crucial that Perilla is up and the Fire Giant is still on.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, originally I was thinking, what are you doing here? But then I realized he's delaying. He was delaying for his team. Yes, Team Illusion has a high chance of hitting the Fire Giant right now, unless the Ram Snipe comes out magically here when he doesn't have ultimate. Team Illusion will get that, and also pick up a kill. That was unfortunate by Perilla not being in the real right position. Nice gravity surge there to try and keep herself alive, but Dalo won't be able to stop the onslaught of a multiple group up by Team Illusion. And Alex MC trying to cloak his way out of there, but swiggity swoody, Fenrir's coming for your booty.
Sada pulled him out of stealth.
Yeah,
Sada
stayed
hit that hook in the fog.
Well, to be honest, Alex MC was trying to juke them out by standing there. I guess he banked them following the fog, but because the hook will just hit you on the way, it just happened to hit MC inside the fog. But nice play anyway.
He had no idea where exactly he was going to be. Bet on it and won the bet. Perilla has got to stop going so far forward. He absolutely has to. He needs to be the damage source that the puppies need out of him. He is a 5-item Ram. He does a lot of damage. Not if he's dead. And Samsa has gotten to him absolutely every fight. Warchi, though, is looking for a little bit of engage. Gets out, gets hooked in.
Yeah, Warchi gets hit with the true damage again. I swear, the amount of times he's been poisoned, he should have built up immunity by now. Rezu picks up the kill there, incinerating the contaminated body to a crisp. And that is Warchi. He's going to be down for a minute, and the Phoenix is now being sieged by Team Illusion. Kazbu, though, looked for a cheeky stun, but managed to actually not get it because Perilla rolled out the way just in time.
Oh, look at the damage, though. Alex MC gets stunned. This could be the end for the Puppies. They're already working on this right-hand Phoenix. Kazbu's doing a lot of damage here on the Fenrir, and he's tanky as well. He can keep tanking this Phoenix for a long time to come. David Arnay's not all that high on health either. He's in trouble. Look at where Kirko's going. He's fine to dash forward. He drops the ultimate, looking for some more grabs, and the Puppies, the Titan, it's under assault. David Arnay's got to do something but can't. Yeah, that is most likely going to be GG, and this pack needs to pull off even more stellar defense. Nah, that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, as valiantly as you may fight, as with the amount of almost comebacks they just pulled there, Team Illusion were able to battle through and pick up the GG. Things to learn, though, if you're Team Illusion. Do not split focus targets, even if you're a significant amount ahead. I think they were about 5-7k gold, somewhere along that line ahead. When you're under a Phoenix, be careful. Be very careful splitting up around a Phoenix, because there's so many different choke points. There's so many different good fight points. It's so difficult to focus the right targets down. They can split and go almost anywhere within that base. And their healing fountain's just on the other side of that. So if somebody dies, respawns, you're in trouble. Team Illusion, I don't think, needed to make anywhere near the same amount of stakes they did. It's just poor shot calling under that. They normally should be able to close that one out and successfully do so.
Okay, small side note before we cut to the next game. I actually didn't realize that Pappies was Spanish, and chat was throwing a fit over how I was mispronouncing Pereira. I do apologize, I am not that well-versed with foreign names. I will do my research in the future in case any teams have any funky names. But yes, we know how English. But yes, I'm gonna let you go now and get the next game underway unless you've got anything else to add, because that was pretty much succinct there. Brilliant defense attempt by Pappy last second.com, but in the end, Team Illusion with the more solid end.
Yeah, just solidly cleaning it out, and I think that's about all she wrote. There wasn't really all that much to say. Puppies were just well behind from the get-go, and they need to not do that. Yeah, sure, they team fight a lot better than their opponents, but they're giving their opponents too much to work with by the time they get to that stage, and that's the real problem with them. Want to see an improvement on the laning phases coming from the Pappies, starting to look towards next week.
Yes. So, I believe semi-finals are up next? Quarterfinals are up next. Thank you, them and Target. So yes, well, we're going to be right back. We're going to get the quarterfinals underway as soon as possible. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy the music.